Kick-ass facts! Pew, 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 pew!
If you're hearing background noise, that's Gozer chewing on his bone.
Rude. The euthanasia coaster is not a real ride, but rather a concept dreamed up in 2010 by a Lithuanian artist and engineer while he was a PhD candidate at the Royal College of Art in London. Having worked at amusement parks earlier in his life, he designed the scale model and drawings as an artistic exploration of death, presenting it as a roller coaster that would kill passengers with elegance and euphoria. The idea is that a series of 7 loops would subject riders to such intense G-forces that the blood could no longer reach the brain, leading to cerebral hypoxia and ultimately death. While the physiological mechanism is real, sustained positive Gs can knock someone unconscious, the coaster was always intended as a speculative art rather than something that could ever be built. The term incel, short for involuntary celibate, was coined in 1997 by a Canadian woman named Alana. Her last name has not been widely publicized. Her original intention was inclusive and supportive. She created a website and a community to help people of any gender who were struggling to find romantic or sexual partners. At its start, the concept was not linked to misogyny or violence. That toxic association developed later, particularly online in the 2000s and 2010s, when groups of mostly men began using the label to express anger and hostility toward women. In recent years, Alana has spoken publicly about the shift in its meaning, emphasizing that it was never her intent, and she has since launched a project called Love Not Anger to help people channel loneliness into healthier ways of finding connection. If you've got an outie belly button, good for you. If you've got an innie, clean your damn belly button. If you gross out easily, avert your eyes. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Belly button stones or navel stones, omphalolith, are rare, hardened masses in the belly button caused by the accumulation and compaction of dead skin cells, sebum, which is oil, keratin, hair, and other debris. While typically harmless, they are most common in people with deep belly buttons and can become a health concern if they cause irritation, redness, itching, or infection, requiring a doctor's removal. Hanging from the tower of St. Lambert's Church in Munster, Germany, you will find 3 iron cages, blackened with centuries of rust. They are not decorative. Oh no. They once held the mutilated bodies of the leaders of the Munster Anabaptist Rebellion executed in 1536. The corpses of John of Leiden, I don't know, and his companions were displayed there as warnings to others, and the cages have never been taken down. Today they stand as eerie reminders of a violent chapter in European religious history. I'm not the only one, I'm sure. Let me tell you about these little bastards. This is a cone snail. Beautiful snails, you see them, you're going to want to pick it up, put it in your pocket, but inside lurks a slow-moving assassin. You'll feel a tiny pinch, you'll barely even notice it, and then you'll die. Not always. There is no antidote. The best anyone can do is haul you out of the water. The venom causes paralysis, so drowning is common, and keep you breathing long enough for your body to metabolize it. If you survive, it will be excruciating, and you'll likely deal with lingering pain and lasting damage. They hunt by firing a venom-loaded harpoon that can drop a fish or a human in seconds. The twist, the same venom has given scientists compounds for next-level painkillers. Basically, if looks could kill, these little bastards would. In the 19th century, asylums sometimes used something called the Utica crib, a restraint device shaped like a low wooden bed with slats and a lid that locked over the patient. Adults could be placed inside and kept from thrashing or lashing out, but in practice it resembled a coffin and was controversial even in its time. Reformers condemned it as cruel, and by the late 1800s its use had largely fallen out of favor, though its reputation as a symbol of outdated psychiatric practices remains. One of Sweden's strangest medical mysteries is the case of Carolina Olsson, who reportedly went to bed in 1876 at the age of 14 and remained asleep, or at least unresponsive, for the next 32, you thought hours? Years. She supposedly woke up in 1908, baffling doctors and astonishing the public. Historical records confirmed she lived on the island of Okno, and that her family and physicians treated her condition as genuine, though modern researchers suspect her state may have been less like sleep and more like a prolonged psychological or neurological withdrawal. Even so, the story of the sleeping girl of Okno became famous throughout Europe.